Well, welcome back, fellow YouTubers, toy and toy train buffs, to another short running session here on the Edge of Town layout. Today is a special run in that today, 16 April 2022, is World Circus Day. Now, this is the last in my series of 3 circus train videos. The first one I did was kind of a mixed consist freight kind of deal. Second one I did had the baggage car, coaches, observation. This one here will feature wagons. Now, of course, between the performances in the big top and the wagons, those are I think, 2 of the most spectacular facets of the circus world. Circus wagons go back to the 1800s, and and they were very ornately carved and made to attract people to the circus parades that would come through town and advertise the coming of the circus. Now, my wagon collection that you see here is only a portion of what I actually have. I've got about 40 wagons already built up, and perhaps 12 to 20 more that need to be built. And some of these designs, some of these plastic wagons you see here actually date back to the 50s. The tooling dates back that far. You may recognize them as K-Line. Yeah, well, K-Line was a little bit late to the party when it comes to some of these designs. I have seen these packaged by Betty Schmidt, Circusiana, Globe Models, Circus World, Big Top, Gem City Amusements, and of course, K-Line. So let's stick with a brand you guys would probably recognize more than any of those others, and that was K-Line. They came out in the 90s and did a wonderful series of circus flats with wagons on top. And then, of course, when Lionel took them over, Lionel started putting out the wagons and flats as well. All right, now, let me see. Let me show you something before I delve a little bit more into K-Line and stuff. See those 2 wagons there? That one I know is Wardy J, probably from the 50s. It's wood framework with cast metal side. That I have not been able to find a maker for. It's not in any of the Wardy J catalogs. It may be a homemade wagon. I don't know. So, let's fast forward to the late 80s, early 90s when K-Line started putting these out. Their tooling, like I said, dates back to the 50s. This is based on a real Tableau wagon, what the circus people call a tab, and it's called the Lion and Gladiator. This, we call it Calliope, the circus people call these Calliopes. And this is also based on a real wagon called the Two Jesters, or Twin Jesters wagon. And I like these 2 particular ones because they represent actual colors that the real wagons came in. Whereas, if you look at that Calliope, it's the same tooling, same castings, but it's yellow with red. Fantasy colors. Alrighty. So anywho, and I believe I've seen both of these wagons, both with a red background and the scrolling, and then in this white background. If I'm not mistaken, this one now sports a red background with the silver scrolls, and both of these are housed in the Circus World Museum in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Okay, this one here is rather an enigma. The earliest kits I have that show any history that come with the printed on the instructions calls this the Knights in Armor Tableau wagon or bandwagon. Yet it skirts any reference to a real life wagon. And I believe this may have been a fantasy wagon done way back in the 50s already. Can't prove it, but I have yet to find the Knights in Armor wagon anywhere on the web. And there's quite a few websites out there that feature band wagons and circus wagons and whatnot. Okay, on to these two. There's a long wagon and a short wagon. The long wagon is the lion cage wagon. Short wagon is the bear cage wagon. Alrighty. And then, of course, the ubiquitous baggage wagon. The circus had a ton of different special purpose wagons to haul things. They needed to transport poles and bleacher seats and all their gear, cooking gear, utensils, just normal seats, you name it. If they needed to cart it around, they had special utility wagons to do that. All right. So what about this design here? I believe those to be totally fantasy, which is still cool. I'm not complaining at all. It's really cool. All K-Line had to do was design one new piece of tooling, cast cast two for either side, and voila, you got yourself, a whole new wagon type. And then print out some billboard type appliques, put them on the side, and you're good to go. And this is still in keeping with actual circus practice. The circuses used a lot of flat-sided wagons on which they painted beautiful scenes. And so this is really, if the wagon itself is fantasy, the practice of putting a nicely painted scene on the side of a flat like this is certainly in keeping with circus practice. Okay, so there you have it. And now the Edge of Town layout sports. What do we sport? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 wagons. 20 out of that's less than half my collection. Will I do a video just on my wagons? I don't know. I don't really have a good place to set anything up out here. I probably should, huh? Whatever. Whatever will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Let's watch her run. Well, I tell you what, this Lionelville Circus General has gone through its paces this last month. She has been busy. try to back up here. I got the stool in the way. Well, folks, we're going to call it. Let's bring this puppy on home. Well, I thank you for joining me on this special run session. A first for the Edge of Town, a celebration of World Circus Day. And until next time, tschüss, adieu, auf Wiedersehen, and let the chills and thrills of the circus always be with you.